Hi, Rose Talitha here. Welcome back to the channel. If you like it, please subscribe. Okay, so today what we are talking about, does a narcissist know they are lying and what to do about it? Okay, so if I decided and I randomly said to someone, okay, I'm in charge of the world, everybody in the world has to listen to me, I can tell everyone what to do, they would say that I'm lying and this is pathological lying, to knock it off, and they would be right. The thing about narcissists is that they are pathological liars. Even if they lie every day, they might not necessarily ever be good at it. And it's a little strange because you would think, well, if they've been doing it for a while, they should be good. I mean, isn't that enough practice? I mean, if you're lying every day and all. No, not necessarily. I mean, if they happen to be a psychopath, then yes, they would be a lot better. But a narcissist isn't necessarily a psychopath. And it's a shame. A narcissist has no real sense of self. They're using a mask. Well, they're wearing a mask. So here's something interesting. Several years ago, I was getting along, well, this was a former narcissist friend. So we were getting ready to meet some people for dinner. There was one person there that we decided was problematic. So when we were talking, he says, well, we have to find a way to make some excuse. Now, I already figured out that this person, well, the narcissist I'm talking about, is a narcissist, and I was edging my way out of being friends with them anyway. I thought they would have a very easy time coming up with something. And I said, well, could you come up with some excuse for us? And he says, well, I could try, but I'm just not good at lying. Yes, that's true. He isn't good at lying, but that doesn't mean he doesn't do it, okay? When he said that, or if a narcissist says something like that, it gives the illusion that they're honest. I mean, if you were a liar, you would be good at it. Someone that doesn't lie must be really bad at it. Yes. So, what's also awful is that they'll just do classic projection. They'll accuse you of doing something, whatever, and it's actually something that they did. So several years ago, I had to meet a bunch of friends. One person who was there, this is a former friend, happened to be a narcissist. So there was a lot of traffic. I'm running late. By the time I get there, it's, maybe 10 minutes, and this person says, oh, of course you're late. I mean, why wouldn't you be late? Who knows where you've been? It's said in a way that something unsavory had to have been going on. Everyone else is pretty shocked. We're all kind of staring, when in reality, they're the one, they're the one who had actually been, carousing, whatever, in some unsavory way. So whatever they're accusing you of doing is something they're actually doing, or it's something they've already done. So it's interesting also by way of lying. We're told from the cradle not to lie. It's not nice to lie, but we're indirectly trained to be liars. Like, here's an example. Let's say you're small, maybe you're 4 or 5, you're getting ready to maybe meet a friend. Maybe it's a party, maybe your friend is going to be dressed up. So your mom or whoever may say to you, okay, so when you see your friend, tell her she looks nice, tell her dress looks nice. And you're curious and you say, well, what if she doesn't look nice? So, maybe your mother looks horrified and says, oh, well, say it anyway. Now, you're at an age where you have been quizzed and told, don't lie, don't lie. And then you remind your parents. You say, well, doesn't this count as lying? So, they might say something like, well, this isn't really a lie. You're trying to make something good out of it when it technically is. We're being kind of preach a sermon about what to say. what not to say, and this is a situation where they're kind of fumbling on, from one foot to another. Okay. And, another example of, projection, assuming that you're lying anyway, is you can make a statement and the narcissist might initially congratulate you and then ask after the fact if you are lying. So let's say hypothetically, you get a new job, you're very happy about it. So you say to the narcissist, wow, I've been just hired by X, Y, and Z company. I'm managing this team or whatever. Now, initially, they might say, wow, that's fantastic. And then maybe a few minutes later, they'll say, oh, okay, are you lying? And you think, okay, what are they saying that I'm lying about? Do they have the gall of accusing me if I'm lying about the job? And you say, okay, wait a minute, this is a little bit too much. Did you just accuse me of lying? I'm not lying. I did get this job. I resent the fact that you are accusing me of lying. Now, they might tell you, stop it. And then they may say to you, I'm getting angry. Of course they're getting angry. They're getting angry that you're calling them out on it. They can't handle you asserting yourself for this quick stunt that they just pulled. So yes, they do lie as easily as they breathe. Sometimes you can think of it as an example like throwing salami or something not as good at the ceiling and see which set of lies will stick. So let's say hypothetically you're at a restaurant with a narcissist. So you're sitting there and the narcissist might say, oh, yes, I think I remember this place. Yeah, I was here with a bunch of people and we got thrown out. And you stare at the narcissist and you say, oh, wow, you got thrown out? Do they recognize you? Should we go somewhere else? I don't want to be in a situation where someone may throw us out, if they recognize you. So you press for details. You ask, what happened exactly? And they say, well, we were making noise, and then the waiter comes up to us and says, please keep it down. And that's it. And then you ask, well, did they throw you out right after it? And then the narcissist says, well, no, they just told us to be quiet. Now, when you point out to them that they weren't actually thrown out, they may not be openly upset yet over the fact that you corrected them, but it's going to happen later. And then they might decide to throw another piece of salami up at the ceiling and try with, lie number 2. They'll say, okay, and they'll literally act like this is take 2, like it's a movie. They'll say, okay, well, we went to the restaurant and we made a lot of noise and then the waiter threw us out. And then they may ask, does this count as being thrown out? Yes, you'll tell them, yes, that is actually being thrown out. That does count. And if what you're saying is true, that would count as being thrown out of the restaurant. So count on the fact that if they don't yell, they may just sit there and sulk. They may storm out of the restaurant with or without you, or insist that the two of you are leaving right now. So if this behavior is brand new and the whole concept of narcissism is just foreign, you're going to be shocked because as of that moment, it would have seemed like you were fighting over nothing. And definitely a situation that escalated pretty fast. They're not going to be able to handle the reality and the correction. There's supposed to be, there was that famous guy in that movie. I forget if it's called I Am Clark Rockefeller. Well, something to the effect, this man was a narcissist and he happened to be a psychopath. I know he briefly kidnapped his own daughter. But it showed in the beginning of the movie where he was doing kind of like a test set of lies to see which set of lies would be the most desirable. I don't remember exactly, but I think he's saying to one girl at a party that he's flirting with, I drive a so-and-so kind of car. She's not really paying all that much attention, and then he enhances the car to something better. I drive this something something car. Maybe she raises an eyebrow, something. But he gets the best response when he says, I drive, and whatever it is, it's the fanciest car. And he looks at her and he's like, oh, you like that? Supposedly, the person, in real life is pretty much shocked about what is considered valuable in America, anyway. So in general, yes, we all should have a healthy sense of empathy, and someone might think if they're going out with a narcissist and then we're learning what they're all about and why they got the way, they became, abandonment issues. Any psychologist, therapist is going to say, look, they have a responsibility to own up to it and not behave in a way that exploits others. So, what is a shame and, a fact that maybe, they couldn't be themselves while growing up and they felt they had to lie about everything early on. Maybe the parent will only like them if they've achieved something. So maybe a parent could be aware that there was a contest in school. So as soon as their child gets home, the child that's going to eventually grow up to be a narcissist, the parent might ask, okay, let me see your prize, assuming that the child had won. They don't ask, how did it go, something to that effect. So the child tries honesty first. They say, well, I didn't win. So maybe the parent looks the other way. Maybe they say, oh, and then the parent gives them the silent treatment. And after the kid was their authentic self, they realize the hard way that this is something that they can't do anymore. So then they try again. There's another competition at school. Maybe their mom, father, whomever isn't looking at them. And this time they say, I won. So they're going to get immediate positive reinforcement. The parent is going to give them a lot of attention, a lot of affection. And unfortunately, yes, the narcissist is well aware that this is going to, be temporary. And yes, in general, for our own self-esteem and well-being, we shouldn't call a narcissist out on their bullshit. We should just get away. This is a toxic situation to be around. You're going to find yourself in a constant state of anxiety if you're always wondering if your so-called friend is always lying to you. They will go off on you, lying or not, over a perceived slight and then attack. So I once had a friend, she was describing a specific shopping center in a kind of like a small town. She's like, oh, if you want to go shopping there, yeah, it's better than anything you can, get online. Everything is perfect. So I wanted to clarify exactly where to go. So I said, okay, so this is one location. This is just one place in this small town. They only have this one mall. Now, she saw this as an attack, like I was calling the area that she, really liked a hick town. I just wanted to know where to go. So she saw it as an attack. So she said, so what? It's as big. There's only one, but it's as big. And she gave a whole list of, big shopping centers all melted together. So I'm nodding. I'm saying, that's great. But yeah, she kind of loses it. She screams, oh, well, what do you know anyway? You have such terrible taste in clothing anyway. You don't know how to dress. I don't even know why I'm giving you any information. So it was a quick attack after the perceived, slight. So in general, if someone was going to ask, well, does this, narcissist, are they aware that they are lying? Yes, they are aware. They just don't care, and they need to hold on to this delusion. Now, if they happen to be hallucinating while, they're telling the lies, okay, that's something else. That's like a whole other ball game. But in general, don't call them out on it. Just leave the situation. I mean, they're going to blame you for everything. If a narcissist forgets your birthday, they may claim that you lied to them about it. They could say, you lied to me about the date on your birthday, or else I would have remembered, and everyone else that we know they wouldn't get so upset about this. So, yeah, this is all on you. So again, walk away. It's toxic. Don't call them out on it. And yes, thank you for watching. Leave something, leave a comment if this has ever happened to you. I will see you next time.